Hello again, and welcome to the Assignments tab in the course, and welcome to Week 1 screencast. You've already clicked here. Under the Week 1 folder, as it says, please complete the discussion board post as requested in the screencast, and we're going to discuss that after we look at this document, which is your website creation assignment. As it says, this is a 10-week, 7-step process. This document will stay here all semester for you to refer back to. So let's have a look at it. It's quite lengthy, but as it says, it is broken down into 7 steps. Many of these steps are those small 5% assignments that are the building blocks of getting you to the creation of your website itself, and then some of the final assignments for the term are a peer review of the site of someone else and your own self-evaluation at the very end. All right, so what is it that we are wanting to happen throughout this creation process? First, you can work with a partner. You can work with one other person on this. If you know someone from your course or just from the college that is in the course, you can approach them. Please do it soon. You need to establish this partnership before week 4 when you start handing things in. I do have 2 sections of this course, so if you discover that you have a friend or an acquaintance in my other section, you are welcome to work with them. You will both need to email me to establish that partnership, and you will share grades for all the collaborated assignments as well as the final piece. So think about that in the weeks to come. If you are seeking a partner and you are not able to find one, you can contact me and I can send out your desire to other students within the courses that are looking for a partner as well. So that's just something to think about. Not required at all. The majority of the students in the course do work alone on this assignment. It is practical to be done by yourself if you don't want to work with a partner. All right, so what is the big goal? Well, as it says, your goal is to create a simple website that is useful for students in your program and or people in your field. So this website is going to be related to whatever it is you are studying at Georgian. As I've seen from the class list, we have a broad variety. You are from across the spectrum of fields offered here at the college. So this is going to be very unique to your position as a student in your field of study. All right, this is not a for fun website. This is to be an academic exercise. Honestly, at the end, this can become part of a resume portfolio. To say that you created this, you investigated this detail about your future field of work, and produce this website. If it goes well, that can become a very valuable piece for you to set you apart from others within your field who have not done this. So, how are you going to choose your topic? That's going to take the brainstorming session that will happen this week, and some of those ideas I want to see in your first discussion board post. So think about what it is that you are interested in your field. It could be a solution to an issue that people in your field face. It can be a website outlining a difficult concept that either students or people in the field struggle to comprehend or struggle to remember. You can produce a website around that. You are welcome to, produce all kinds of different things. Some people who are in entrepreneurship or those in specific fields like HVAC and esthetician, where you're apt or likely to open your own business after graduation, you are able to create a baby website starting to introduce you as a business owner and producing a website that will be useful to your clients. This can take kind of whatever form you want within the parameters of having it relate to your current field of study. So you are going to be communicating information. The majority of your marks will not come from how the website looks. It will be coming from the content that you provide and how you interact with that to communicate clearly with your clients, customers, the viewers of this site, whomever that might be, your peers, your fellow professionals. Okay, this is not, and I cannot emphasize this enough, this is not a website for high school students who are looking to get into your program. Okay, do not reproduce the Georgian website. All right, this is for people in your field already, your fellow students as your audience. Okay, so You're going to get more specific than that as the weeks go on, but please be aware of that. And as it says as a note, you must be the one to create the website. This is not one that you can revise that you have developed already, nor do I expect you to go and have AI produce a site and then you just go in and tweak it a bit. This is something that I want you to create. What elements must it contain? It must be at least 5 pages long. Okay, this is not a blog. This is not you inputting just short conversations about a topic. This is going to be a true website with searchable pages, interconnected pages on the topic that you choose. It's going to include images, all that type of thing. So be prepared. If you do tend to quote and cite things from other sources, you will need to give appropriate credit through APA format as needed. Depends how technical and how scholarly you want your site to be. Most will not require this, but if you do find yourself using other sources directly, you will need to cite them. A reference page, which will be required at that point, will not be considered one of the 5 pages. It will be an additional or 6th page. We can discuss this as your plan develops. Okay. What are the first things you need to do? Submit your theme and your team name. As it says, you can choose to work with a partner. The details are there. For your first piece, step 1, you will be producing in week 4 a discussion board post called URL announcement. At that time, you will need to provide me with a functioning URL. Website address. This is the same site that you will use throughout the development of your site. The point of this is that I know you started with a blank slate. Okay, that I know that you are the one that has created this site, that it wasn't AI generated, that it is not something that already existed. I need to be able to see that blank page in week 4. So you will provide me with that URL, and you will also have given some consideration to who this website is for and the purpose of it. Okay, this is the remainder of the steps. As it says, plan to spend 2 to 3 hours for each step. So we are talking, minimum 15 to 20 hours that it will take you to produce this work. The good news is you've got 10 weeks to do it. Okay, and 2 of those weeks, one is reading week and another is week 9, where you are given additional time with no other assignment involved. The other good news is 3 of the assignments force you to create content for this website. So here we go. Step 1, week 4. Obtain the URL for your site, which will be empty at this stage. Consider your theme and your purpose and what content is going to be there, what audience you are seeking to inform. Step 2, you're going to just have more time to research. Step 3, you will locate some images that you will be using and you will share those with me. Step 4 is your layout assignment. How are you going to organize this work? You do get marks for doing these stages. Step 5 is where you're going to be doing the actual creation of the page, the website rather. I will be going in throughout this creation process to see where you're at, how you're developing your work. That can happen at any time. I won't be warning you, but I do want to see progress being made as you go along. So don't try to wait until the very last minute to dump it all in. I want to see this as an ongoing task throughout the first 10 weeks of the semester. Step 6 is testing it out, having others test it out, making any edits that are needed. And then step 7, the Friday, March 22nd, sounds a long time away. It's not, is when your actual final perfect copy is due. At that time, I want to have you not touch the content anymore, and so that I can start to go in and grade your work, and your peers can go in and start to access your work as it stands. So consider Friday, March 22nd at noon, the stop date for any creation of the site. All right. Each of the sites or each of the steps are outlined here. Some of the questions that you can ask yourself as you prepare the week 4 announcement, and then as you go in deeper for your audience focus assignment, you will be, considering some of these facts, and you will be attaining marks for answering some of these questions. That will be outlined in more detail in the weeks to come. Okay. What software do I recommend? Absolutely Google Sites. It is free. You can make as big a website as you want without them charging you. It has amazing help and support videos and FAQ sections. I've never had a student do a bad job being able to technically create a site using Google Sites. So that's enough said about that. If, however, you are one of these people who already has website experience and you love Wix, you love WebStarts, you love some other software that you have used, you are welcome to do so. Okay, be aware. I know in the past Wix would cut you off at 5 pages. After 5 pages, they would start to charge you money. Don't know if that's still true. Haven't been in there in the last year or so. Just be aware that you are not to have to pay for this website. Okay, this should be free as a student. I don't want to force you into any financial burdens. So that's again why I recommend Google Sites. However, be wary of whatever tool you choose, that it will be functional for you to share the URL with me and your classmates without being charged for it, and that you can develop 5 pages for free. So just be aware. Step 2, obviously doing your research. More notes about that there. Step 3, choosing your images. As you see, there is an associated assignment. Step 4, planning your layout. Again, an associated assignment. And just some details about what you should consider as you plan your content, planning your layout. Okay, you will be referring back to this document throughout the semester, as well as reading the assignments themselves on the relevant weeks. Step 5, by reading week, you should have enough content that you can take some time then and produce your actual site. And then in the following weeks, up to week 9, get it together. Produce your work. Start testing your site, making any modifications that are necessary. And then by week 7, you have the finished product ready to go, ready to be graded. What is the marking scheme? What is the content that you're going to need to produce to achieve your marks? Opening post gets its own markings. The content is marked separately. A you attitude, the fact that you have focused properly on your audience to fulfill their needs and their purpose. There is some interactivity for your audience with at least 3 sparks, and we'll be talking about what that looks like in the weeks to come. What is it you want your reader to do? This should be more than just them reading. It should be more interactive than them just, basically reading a report on something in your field. Make it a website. Make it interactive. Your layout needs to be consistent, readable, digestible, good use of white space, all that type of thing. We will also get into that in the weeks to come. Your function of your links, especially if you're linking to external sites, all of that must be flawless. Visual appeal, color, images, all have to be of a good standard. You will again be reading articles on what that looks like for the site to have good communication content, both in the written content and in the visual content. And then, of course, I expect perfect writing because this is a communications course and it's, you know how you feel about a website that you get to and there's errors on it. You don't usually respect it very much. And we want you to have a site that is full of integrity and full of reliable information. All right, that is the assignment. The last bit I want to talk about today before I run out of time here is going into the discussion board and completing the Getting to Know You exercise this week. Please create a post answering the following. Where's your hometown? What were you doing this time last year? What are you studying at Georgian? And finish up with a couple of ideas for your website. This is not written in stone at this point. You can be flexible. I just want to know that you have thought about it. Create your post there, and once you have done so, you will be able to see the responses of your peers as well. It might help you if you are seeking a partner to see what other people are thinking about, and if you want to reach out to them via email and see if they want to partner up with you. That's a possibility. I know I've talked a lot about reaching out via email, so just for the last few seconds, I'm going to show you the messages tab here. When you go to create a new message, you click here. You can contact me directly. In your version, you're going to see a huge list of your fellow students as well, and you send a message there to them. Because this is my prep shell, you can't see that, but you will be able to see it in the content to come. That's it for me. Thank you.